Hello, I'd like to demonstrate how to add problems to a patient's chart, clean up problems in a patient's chart, and add orders to those problems. We're at the patient level here, and I can either choose to add a problem via the under patient shortcut by order management, because this is where we're going to place our problems and our orders. Or if you've seen the video and we go to the medication reconciliation tab, you can also access order management here as you visualize which patients, or excuse me, which medications have been or need to be reconciled. I'm going to go ahead and go through, go to order management here via patient shortcut. As you can see here, we have problems listed, and this is what order management takes us into, the problem list. Before I clean those up, I want to show how to place a problem in a patient's chart. If this were empty, we would have to place a problem right away. But because it's not, we certainly don't want to choose the wrong problem for the current visit or current active visit. So I'm going to choose to add a problem for this visit. So add problem here. These folders are built for you or your specialty in order for you to navigate through quickly the problem diagnosis codes that you'd like. So if you don't find it here as we sift through these, if we don't find them here, then we can do a search here that will find those codes and those problems in these folders. Or you can search the whole ICD-10 code database by term or code by searching here, which is the tab over. So I'm going to choose a problem here from the CHF menu. And as you can see, we have some CHF options here. I'm going to choose heart failure unspecified. I'm going to go add problems down here with this button. And now it's taking me to this screen. And the only thing you have to do with this screen is choose severity. So I'm going to put chronic stable and accept. Okay. So now we have 3 items here. Let's say this abdominal pain is no longer an active problem for the patient. So we're going to go ahead and edit that. I click on that and I can choose to edit down here, evolve, or update status here. But I'm going to right click because you can do that as well. And I'm going to choose to update status. And at this point, it's been resolved. So I'm going to choose resolved. The stop date is today, and I'm going to choose a comment as to the reason it's resolved, and then I'm going to hit accept, and now that problem goes away. However, it is still in the history. As we look at statuses here and we click all and update the list, then we have all things that have been deemed inactive at this point. Okay, so let me go just back to these active ones and update this list again. Now we want to place our orders. So currently we have 2 diagnoses. These are problems that are active, but I put the one for heart failure. So I need to make sure that I choose that problem as I place my orders. So I can right click to paste an order by right clicking and highlighting add order here, or I can choose to add order down here. I'm going to choose to add order down here. Okay. And this takes us into our folder options. As you've noticed here, my favorites, this is somewhere you can place your favorite orders and they can be easily accessible. I'll show that momentarily. These are designed to fit your specialty. So if you are a hospitalist logging in or surgery, you should be able to default to your specified folders. I'm going to go to hospitalist menu here and general orders. These general orders are pre-built with many things behind the scenes as far as instructions, frequency, etc. So we advise you to search through these menu items versus going over here to the search tab and freelance search. Okay, so these order selection options here on this tab are built for you to make your job easier. Now let's say we want to put in an admit order. We want to do some SCDs in our VTE documentation, and then we're going to choose our medication. We're going to choose furosemide. Okay, I'm going to add these orders. Now up here, it's going through each order with me. So I choose the admin order. They're going to go to medical surgical floor. I'm going to choose number 5 and OK. Is there any surgery anticipated at this time? We know it's asking that because the transaction line down here, even though our cursor is blinking up here, we always want to read that transaction line. I'm going to choose no. And then it's asking for patient condition. I'm going to choose good and OK. Next order is SCD, so I'm going to choose thigh and OK. And I've got everything I wanted filled out here. These bolded fields are required, so if you don't document them, you won't be able to progress or get to your accept button to complete your order. I'm going to hit OK here. Going to our VTE provider assessment. I'm going to choose number 1 and OK. And then no VTE upon admission, no TB. And then it's going to ask me about our mechanical prophylaxis and our pharmacological. We did not start that, so it's going to ask me why. I choose that option, I hit OK. And now we go to our furosemide. So we can choose our frequency and route here. This is our typical orders, but if you're not seeing what you want here, we can go to the order profile as well. And then it'll take us through that order profile and clear anything that we've preset. So if I'm looking at a dose route in this order profile, but I'm not seeing what I want, I can choose to use this expand button here, which will give me numerous routes here. So if you don't see the options you want on your order profiles, you can hit that expand button there. So let's go back to dose. So I'm going to choose 20 milligrams and OK. It's going to take me to this next field, which is frequency. Again, if we don't find what we're looking for here, we can choose this expand button on all of our orders and choose to sift through these. These underlined are basically asking for date, time, or free text based on the pre. So we have a miscellaneous and then a dash, one time dash. So if we choose one time and a dash, we choose number 4 and OK. It's going to take us to the next screen that this underline portion is asking. So enter single date and time. I'm going to say now and OK. And that will set that order to now. So remember that when you're placing any order, that expand button in the right bottom hand corner of your screen will allow you more options if you're not seeing the options that you want. Also, if we go to this order history tab, we can see numerous items here that have been ordered probably by the nurse upon admission. You are welcome to work here in any way that you feel where you can discontinue, change, or hold. So instead of putting in a brand new order, if you want to discontinue or hold a medication, you can find that in that order history here if it's active and make that modification here. Okay, so going to our order summary up here, we can see the items we just ordered, and we have an advisory here. We can double click on that and it's going to give you the advisory. And some of these are hard stops, some of these are not. You're just going to hit confirm if you're okay with that advisory, and that advisory will go away. Then we can go to our order summary here, and we see our last option to make any modifications. So let's say we go back and we want to add another order, we can do that. Now, if we notice here, we have a save to our favorites. And this order selection tab here, the first thing that's listed for you is your my favorite. So if you have a specific diet order or specific instructions that you're going to do every time with a patient, you can simply do that order with one patient and then choose the order that you'd like and click to your favorites. So it'll make sure that order profile is the same each time you add it versus having to put that information in each time for each patient. So you can save to your favorites the things that you'd like. All right, so I'm not going to add any order. I'm just going to hit order summary and then accept. And those order summaries, they will take you direct. They will go to the nurse's work list or whatever ancillary department to get those orders done. I hope that was helpful. Thank you.